8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Monday, so that means 3 things. 1, I'm not your MCM. 2, it's a Mamba Monday. And 3, it's time for the 24 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, a product of poverty's environment, the Pope Chuck Paul. Whew, I got a shitload of shit to talk about with you motherfuckers, but like I always do, how was your weekend? I hope it was great. I hope your week prior to this was great. I hope your Monday was great. Ooh, excuse me. Now I'm gonna get right into it. Over the weekend, history was made. LL Cool J and Jay-Z were both inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Round of applause for those two. It was LL Cool J's 6th time being nominated, and he finally got in. Jay-Z was nominated on his first try, and this is pretty dope in my opinion, because these are two guys, Queens, Brooklyn, both were at the pinnacle of hip-hop in their respective times and whatnot, and they both stepped out of hip-hop and did a lot of major things. You got LL, how he helped bring FUBU to the forefront, and his acting and all his movie roles really had other rappers, following in his footsteps. Yeah, guys like Ice-T stepping out and acting, and Ice Cube, and even Tupac. A lot of rappers followed in his footsteps and doing that, so which is great. And you got Jay do a lot of things outside of hip hop as well, as far as Rock Nation Sports, Tidal. Even when him and Dash was doing Rock World, and he even thanked Dame Dash in his acceptance speech. You know what? I think I might even read a bit of that. You can find it on the website as well. Hold on right here. Let me give that to you. He says, shout out to Dame. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I can never erase your accomplishments. And I appreciate you, and I thank you for that. Shout out to Biggs. He's one of the most honorable people I've met, and we've created something that will probably never be duplicated. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for my journey. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution to this journey. And also, LL had some things to say too during his speech. I'd like to thank all of the people who voted for LL to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame year after year. A lot of people, when I told them I got inducted, they say to me, isn't it about time? You see, what people don't realize is I wasn't thinking about the people who voted against me. I was thinking about the people who voted for me. It was love. Like, what I was feeling was, wow, there's some people over there who won't take no for an answer. They like, yo, this guy gotta be in here, and we're going to keep fighting for you till we get him here. So I thank you. So shouts out to both of them. Dr. Dre inducted LL Cool J, which is weird to me. I don't understand why, but Dr. Dre inducted LL Cool J. He had a couple of jokes. Does LL stand for Ladies Love Cool J, licking lips? I like to say it stands for Living Legend, which he is. Jay-Z, of course, besides thanking Damon Biggs, he thanked his mother, he thanked his sister, he thanked, of course, his wife, he thanked Ty. So that was pretty dope. It will be aired on November 20th. I'm not sure the channel, but I will keep you posted. You check the link in the podcast description if you want to check back on that later. Oh, I'm sorry. And Dave Chappelle inducted Jay-Z, and he first started off with, I'd like to apologize, psych. Gotta love Chappelle, man. You gotta love Chappelle. Moving along. You might have seen the memes running around about Jada Pinkett Smith saying that Will Smith doesn't satisfy her in bed. Then, a lot of women got upset, like, y'all didn't watch the whole thing. But you know what? I watched the excerpt of her talking about her bedroom shenanigans again on Red Table Talk. And she was pretty much saying that when you've been with someone so long, sometimes you may not even know what turns them on or what turns them off sexually in the bedroom. And then sometimes it's hard to have the conversation with your lover. And then there was another post I seen with Will Smith. It was a little clip talking about how at one point when he had posted that picture of himself with his dad bod, he was real depressed. He felt like he was at his lowest point. He was considering suicide. Aside from sharing that, let's talk about Jada Pinkett. Like, why is the subject on Red Table Talk usually about her sex life with her husband or someone not her husband? Like, can you please talk about what projects you're working on? What TV shows, what movies, what philanthropic things that you're working on. Talk about that. We all don't need to know about what you and Will are doing and not doing, or what you guys are doing with other people. I just feel like the movies ain't doing what they used to do. The roles ain't coming as much as they used to. The music ain't sounding the way it was, even with Will, Jada, and his daughter. They got to do something to keep themselves popping. And Will has a book coming out, so this is all promo for the book, you know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing to me what people would do to keep their name in the limelight. It's like social media and fame is a drug. When it dies down, some folks can't kick that habit and they still fucking need it. That's what I think personally. Even Future chimed in. Someone said Will Smith needs to go and hang with Future. Future said, I'd rather hang with Jada, respectfully. And then made a hoodie that says I'd rather hang with Jada and put it on the website for sale. Smart fucking man. Genius. Putting out merchandise. Putting out merchandise. Low management. Seattle Sonics colors. Link below. You can get it in the shop. But yeah. Why every Red Table Talk is about what y'all doing in the bedroom? I don't get it. Y'all still want that Will and Jada love? God, take your time. Take your time. I don't want that shit. I will pass. And on a serious note, now, a lot of my viewers are friends of mine. They're black. They don't watch hockey. A lot of them watch basketball, football, boxing, maybe some MMA, maybe some baseball. But this particular situation here, a hockey player by the name of Kyle Beach was sexually assaulted by his video coach, Brad Aldrich. Now, I posted the story on the website. I have the transcript also on the website where Kyle gives his side of the story. The coach gives his side of the story. And there was a woman who was there before it happened, gave her side of the story. But I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. So in 2010, Kyle Beach is what they call a black ace. He was a minor league player. He was called up to the major leagues in the NHL for the Chicago Blackhawks, who then won the Stanley Cup. Now, there's discrepancies in the story, but everyone's story, at least Kyle Beach and Brad Aldrich's story, Brad gave Kyle head. He wasn't penetrated. Pretty much what happened, they were in a bar together, traveling with the team, in a bar, and then I believe there was a woman at the bar that Brad used to always hang out with. he asked her to go back to his apartment. He lived close by to his condo, or whatever, and they were playing strip poker, and they ended up all naked. And then both men performed oral sex on the woman. And I think she had said that Brad had scratched her by accident, and she got cut, and she decided to leave and go home. And then later on that evening, Brad and Kyle was watching porn. And they were masturbating together, and he decided to go down on them. Then also Superman them. Superman, when you come on someone's back and throw a blanket on their back. He didn't throw the blanket on his back though, but he nutted on his back after dry humping him. I know I'm skipping, but Kyle's story was that the woman came up and then immediately left. She didn't come inside the apartment, but the woman said she did. Kyle said that Brad offered to make him a home-cooked meal because he's been staying in hotels and he could talk to him about hockey, this, that, and the fourth. And while they were watching hockey clips, Brad flicked to some porn 3 different times and said, "Oops." And then he started masturbating, and he asked Kyle to touch himself. And Kyle ended up touching himself, and he said, "Do you like it? Are you happy now?" Then Brad took it upon himself to go down on him. Now, I don't know how he forced himself to go down on him, whatever. But long story short, he said Brad stopped after he came in his mouth. I know, this is very graphic. Now, personally, I've gotten head from plenty of women. And if I ain't like the head, I ain't come. So I don't know. But anyway. Then after that, he told Kyle to lay on his stomach. And said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to put it in." And decided to dry hump him, then came on his back. Now, through this whole thing, Kyle was saying in the transcript that he felt like his body couldn't move. It could have been something in the drinks. Look, I know I like to say what we would have done, should have done, could have done. But as soon as dude would have told me to touch myself, as soon as he would have pulled his dick out, I would have left. Kyle said Brad threatened to ruin his career, so he never make it to the NHL. And that he also threatened him with a little souvenir baseball bat. Now, I don't know how big Kyle and Brad is as far as height, but looking at the two in pictures, I think Kyle could have taken him. Could have beat his ass. Brad argued that it was consensual. Kyle said it wasn't. The woman said she wasn't there for the sexual encounter between the two men. But there's another player that was on the team who received a dick pic from Brad. And they try to clean it up and say, "Oh, it's meant for somebody else." But the thing is, when the other player received the picture, there was somebody next to him from the front office who's seen it as well. It's like, oh shit. So yeah, that's what's going on in the NHL. And pretty much when it was reported, they swept it underneath the rug because they didn't want no negative publicity while the Chicago Blackhawks were in the Stanley Cup Finals. So they let that coach stay for the remainder of the remaining 2 series, the conference finals and the Stanley Cup Finals, and even let the video coach take the trophy home. Then after that was all said and done, they made him resign. Then 11 years later, Kyle Beach named himself in this ongoing case, because before he was known as the John Doe. He just pretty much put a name, or put a face to the name. So yeah. Pretty crazy, huh? Men get raped too, I guess. Well, they do. In this particular situation, I feel like that coach would have to run me a fade, or he would have to like get the shit beaten out of him. Like, he was saying that some players in the league knew about it on the team. They was calling them all types of names on the ice, whatever. But yeah, it's crazy. The link is below. You can check it out. You can check it out. Whew. Tragic. On to some movies and TV shows. Now, I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet, but I seen the first episode of Colin Kaepernick in Black and White. Shout out to my guy Wayne, former Foot Locker alum I used to work with. He is in the opening scene when the players are trying out. He was number 31, having the gray muscle shirts and shorts and whatever. Now the only thing I didn't like about the beginning of the miniseries, he was comparing the football combine to slavery. If you guys don't know, I am a Liberian man, Bassa tribe, West Africa, Liberia, you already know. I don't like when no one compares anything to slavery, especially if you're getting millions of dollars and you volunteered to do it. He was referring to the football combine when they measure your chest, your neck, your thighs, and how high you jump, X, Y, and Z. Like, please. But as far as the first episode, I liked it. It's funny. It's corny. When I say corny, I mean like you see like the little corny jokes or whatever that are kind of funny. Like you see his corny side. It's pretty much a coming of age while he's in like junior high school and whatnot. He's grown up, figuring himself out, noticing like the black kids hang out here, hang out there. He wants to get his hair braided. You know, and I've been there too as a kid. You want to get your hair braided. Your parents are like, no, you look like a thug. Which pretty much that was coined from white people saying that about black people. So my parents didn't want white people thinking I was a criminal because some criminals wore cornrows. But there are criminals who are skinheads and racists and Nazis also. And we could get into the whole thing about definition of a thug, which he breaks down in there also. But he decides to go to one of his friend's house and get his hair braided. His mom was like, okay. Him and his adopted father and mother, they're white. At the table, they're saying like, oh, this is a fad, this, that, and the fourth. So the mother approaches her two black co-workers and asks, hey, what's the hairstyle that looks like ropes, this, that, and the fourth? And then she pulls out a Slam magazine like, I want to get my son's hair done like this. She's like, I just need some help. I'm like, oh my God. Madness, just tragic. This is how they thought, this is how she was talking to the other black people. Get mad, take him to get his hair done. She's in this store, which is nothing but black people, quote unquote black clothing, this, that, and the fourth, going to a barbershop or whatever. She has to sit there, watch him get his hair braided. At the register, she's paying for these hair products, and the black girl who did his hair was like, never been around this many black people before, huh? She was like, oh no, I haven't. Like, oh no, it's cool, like, because you know we get it. For some white people, it's overwhelming. But some black people, just like, I mean, like being around a majority of white people, it's like, it's whatever. Been here before. Just look forward, don't socialize too much, and watch my drink. So, if you know any black person, when we get our hair done, as you can see, we be feeling like we on 100. We feeling good, we feeling great. On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. You see him with his swag, got his Iverson jersey, his sweatsuits and shit, feeling himself. He goes to baseball practice. One coach is like, hey, you see Colin over there? Other coach is like, yeah, his arm is crazy, like he's pitching the baseball. It's like, no, what's that growing out the back of his head? Like, he needs to cut that. So the coach called his parents, tell him it looks unprofessional. It's a rule, he has to cut his hair. There ain't no rule. So pretty much his white parents told him his hairstyle makes him look like a thug. He cried at the dinner table, took him to Supercuts and cut his hair. Man, oh man. I remember my aunt bribed me with a basketball jersey to cut my hair. I went from braids to a blowout. I had a Jason Kidd jersey, but then I braided my hair like the next week. Because, auntie, I don't live with you. So I got a new jersey, cut my shit, and grew it back. But those are one of the things that people don't understand. Like, hell, I cut my hair, I cut my locks the first time because I wanted to get a job within my field because I'm a web designer by trade. And it's crazy because as soon as I cut it, I started getting more interviews, more freelance gigs, so it is what it is. It's crazy how they had to pass like a discrimination law for people of color, black people, don't get discriminated by their hairstyle. 'Cause you gotta think about it. If a black man has like a nappy flat top, it's unprofessional. But a white person could mousse their hair up in spikes, it's acceptable. Black guy might put his hair in a ponytail, wear it long, wear it down, unacceptable, looks like a pimp. White dude come to work with his blonde flowing locks, it's cool, it's beautiful. Whatever, dog. But I like to always tell people, when Colin started winning in the league, a lot of white analysts and a lot of white fans, they did not like him. Why? Because he had the tattoos, he get in the end zone, he strike a pose. They didn't like that. They were waiting for a reason for that dude to fail. But also on another note, it's good to finally hear Colin talk about this shit, because the motherfucker never talks. So make sure you check out Colin Kaepernick in Black and White. It's on Netflix. It's a 6-episode series. I believe there might be a season 2 after this. So yeah, stay tuned. Ooh. BMF. Oh my fucking God. This nigga Lamar's crazy. One thing I like about this show, they get it popping expeditiously. So as soon as the fucking episode starts, Meech is at the corner store, whatever. He's buying the kids and sodas and whatnot. As soon as he walk out, he see Lamar, trench coat, shotgun pointed at him. Good thing Meech got the homies looking out for him. They start busting off at him all at once. Now I'm running on low on time, so I might have to hurry this up. So after Lamar did the bullshit, whatever, and stealing the 50 boys' work, and then Meech soft kidnapping Zoe, as he called it, Monique stopped fucking with the both of them. So pretty much Monique said, yo, don't come around here no more. So Lamar went back to the 12th Street boys, was like, yo, we need to make a move, X, Y, and Z. The dude that he choked out was like, nah, we ain't with it. Everybody pulled their hammers out on Lamar, like, nah, we ain't getting inside your business no more. So Lamar's a lone wolf right now, but he got his other boy with him. I don't know his motherfucker's name, but he got the funny looking face. He kind of looked like Chunky from the Goonies, but black. But anyway, the dude was like, yo, we can't just run around shooting shit up. It's gonna make shit hot, what we're trying to do. You got Monique back before, you could do it again. Just go and talk to her. Be calm. And he used another expression. He said, we gotta cut the 50 boys' water off. Said you cut off this and that, they can still eat. You cut off this and the fourth, but cut off the water, they can't wash, cook, or nothing. So anyway, he goes to talk to Monique. That shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. Long story short, he ended up grabbing Monique by the neck through the front door gate, calling her all types of bitches. I will kill you. I'm the wrong one to fuck with. So yeah, that didn't work out. And Lamar also told his homeboy, if talking to Monique doesn't work, I'm gonna cut your water off. Yeah. So long story short, he pulled up to his homeboy's crib. His boy was packing clothes, trying to get out of town because he was scared of Lamar. What did Lamar do? Stab that nigga the fuck up. Dead. And I had a feeling, or I thought that he was probably Zoe's father, but hey, I guess we all know now because that nigga dead. So, Meech and T been trying to get his parents to leave the crib and go somewhere else and hide him because this nigga Lamar is crazy. Lamar found out where he lived. Mind you, Meech got security around the house, make sure nothing happens, following his sister to and fro from school. She was walking with her little boyfriend home. They thought it was cool to try to lose the security guards. So when they run around the corner, whatever, do their little kissy kiss face shit, Lamar pulls up in the car. Says, yo, something happened to your brother. She's like, nothing happened to my brother. Like, yeah, you gotta come with me. Tried to grab her. Her boyfriend tried to jump in front of her, like, hey, what you doing? Lamar goes, sorry, little man, I gotta cut your water off. Stabbed him like 2 times in the stomach. Killed the young boy. Madness. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the next episode. Because in the preview, they showed Meech's little sister in the precinct having to say what happened, give a description of Lamar maybe. Whew. Also, T admitted to his moms and his pops that he's been hustling with Meech from the beginning. That was painful. Told his pops, like, yo, I can afford to buy 3 houses right now. Like, we can leave this place. So we'll see what happens next episode. The Wu-Tang saga. The Wu-Tang series, the Wu-Tang, an American saga, I believe it's called. I forget, sorry. The season finale, where pretty much they all signed, they signed a deal to Loud Records. Meth and Dirty signed their solo deals. Dirty to Elektra, but he was beefing with RZA because he wanted to go to Def Jam, but Def Jam wasn't trying to offer him the type of back end that Meth was getting, pretty much saying that he would be able to own his masters after X amount of time. These kids can eat off of that. And God rest his soul, Old Dirty Bastard died several years ago, and we see how those masters and whatnot could be used to take care of his family in the long run. So RZA foresaw that. And also showed at the end where there was a flood of RZA's apartment filled with feces and shit, and all of his discs and beats and albums for everyone was all over the motherfucking place. But yeah, the season finale was dope. It was signed, they got money, they got out the projects. So I guess the next season we'll probably talk about their individual successes and how everyone was probably doing good and doing not so good with their solo projects. Before I let go, happy birthday to my guy Bellinger. Woo, my Parkside nigga. Happy birthday, my G. Happy born day. Another lap around the sun. That's from a meme. You guys wouldn't get that. Also, this Friday, A Man Named Scott drops on Amazon Prime, a documentary about Kid Cudi, starting from when he dropped The Man on the Moon 1 with the single Day and Night, chronicles from then to now. Make sure you check that out. And I will be at Complex Con in Long Beach, California this weekend. Shout out my nigga J Tips. He will have a booth out there. I'm gonna cop me a hat or two. Get some Trill Burger, get some Roscoe chicken and waffles, smoke some good fucking kush. It's gonna be a great weekend. So if you see me out there, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't bite, but I do fight. But yo, like I always say, like, share, subscribe, comment. God is good. God is great. Thank God my paper's straight. I am the Pope Chuck Paul. Peace out.